Yes guys, welcome from me, Challenge Manager 0102, the Game On Challenge, part 50. We're going to give you a thorough insight into this epic of a game. Now I didn't realise I was going to get a chance to do a video today, this evening shall I say, but I've got a bit of spare time and we're having a session tonight, so I figured this is a golden opportunity. First things first, look at that handsome bastard there in the bottom left hand part of the corner. What a handsome bastard he is. Right, okay, so let me fire this bad boy up then. Basically, we obviously haven't advanced since the update this morning, with me walking down the street like a fucking cunt. The end of season 49, just to reiterate what I'd already said, disastrous end for me, and a great end for Matt. Matt will be very pleased. Now, the date on the last update was the 23rd of May, 2048. Now, the last proper update, so part 49, was 2 seasons ago. So, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to show you some the 7 signings that we made this season and last season. I'll give you a quick blast on last season again, in case you've missed it, if you've not caught the special updates. As I said before, the special updates are really... They're designed because I can't always do updates. I can't get the time to do the updates like this. But you can't beat these proper updates. I tried to get my camera going, but that didn't seem to work. Okay, so what we'll do first then, let's just talk about last year first. So Matt has won the title back to back now in the 2 seasons since our last update. And he's also won the cup as well. Now cast your mind back last season then. He won the cup and was knocked out of the Champions League on was it away goals? No, it weren't. He was beaten fair and square, 3-2. Yeah, okay. So he was knocked out of the Champions League by Roma last season. So yeah, he'll be really pleased with winning the league. He'll be pissed off about the Champions League because obviously this season it was me that knocked him out of the Champions League. That was the first leg, and that was the second leg. He was a bit fucking disgusted, to say the least. So we'll start with Matt first then. Let's go to last season's 7 signings. I'm assuming he's still got them all. We've got a Bosman here. Don't get many Bosmans in our game. We don't really get... Because really, most Bosmans haven't got the sort of quality unless they're from Brazil. Nevertheless, hasn't really been involved this season and pretty much let him down last season. Matt Cree. Matt will be really pissed off. He'll be really pissed off with him. But you know what? He is only 21, so you know he is still developing. Guimaraes from Udinese. I mean, he's been pretty decent, almost double digits for assists. And last season did make double digits, so he's not been that bad a player. I think he is worthy. Karadi. Now Karadi. Now, let me cast your mind back. I was looking at a player that I thought was Maldini. I was clearly wrong. I'd actually pulled out that deal because Matt then said he's got this guy and he thinks it's Maldini, and I think he's absolutely right. I believe that is Paolo Maldini. To be honest with you, he's been superb, and he's going to get better, I feel. He's still only 24 years of age. Alex Harris of, when it was Liverpool, weren't it? Yeah, Liverpool, he's been shit. He really has let him down. He looks so good. You know, he's got all the right attributes for a central defender, but Matt will be really pissed off with him indeed. Matthias Klein from Paris Saint-Germain, an attacking midfielder. He's had a fairly okay season when he's played this season. Last season, again, didn't really play too much. Matt will be a little bit disappointed, didn't get more out of him. This guy then, Petri Rovio. Well, he's only had 2 games this season and he's done pretty good. We actually know who he's Matt pointed out he's a regen of a guy called Hamalainen. You may recall him from earlier in this save. He's a bit of a bad boy, but he was a fucking great player. Same position, same nationality. And Matt didn't actually play him last season, which we didn't really realise. Okay, so he's not really been playing him. Interesting. And finally, Danny Teoviski. Any ideas who you think that is? Because he looks fucking great. He looked good when he bought him. That is Mark Viduka regen, we believe. And to be fair, I think again he'll just get better and better. And as you can see there, Matt gave him looks like Matt gave him a new contract after 1 year. and in my opinion, right thing to do. I think he looks fucking great. Now let's talk about Matt this season then. 7 signings that have led him to retain the title. To start with then, Adam Senior from Wimbledon. Did he really need a striker? The only problem with Adam Senior is, the biggest problem in my opinion, is the injury proneness at 15. And I think Matt knows that that's really been an issue. But when he... excuse me, when he has come in, he's done a good job. I say good job. 7-2-4 is not the greatest for a striker. Should be hitting more than that. I think Matt will fuck him off, if the truth be told. Rob Smeets of NEC. We believe that is Ruud van Nistelrooy, and that's why he's okay up top when there's injuries, because look at this guy here. He looks a fucking beast. He's been so good for him this season, and that's another reason why I think Senior will go. Laurent Lacombe from Le Havre. Not sure who he is. I would venture a guess at Desailly or Petit. And again, you know, I think he'll get better. 18 years of age, he looks fucking raw. I think Matt will be really, really pleased that he's developing. He looks to be getting better and better. Ken Westman of Aston Villa. I think we were both looking at him. Has had a fairly decent season. Very versatile, can play alongside the back line. Cost a lot of money. But yeah, he'll be pleased with him. Nico Senior of Germany. Now, I think he's been fucking brilliant. He's so far out of the signings, he's been fucking brilliant. 804. Matt, you know, he'll be really, really pleased with that. And he is only 20. Shaho of Hearts, a Danish. A little bit surprised by this, for the simple reason Matt don't use wingers. Now, more about that in a moment, which is why I think Matt might have got him, because he is actually a decent player, and I think if I was using my middleman tactic, he would be fucking brilliant. So I think he's probably got a plan with him. And finally, Longo. That was his last signing, and of course you can see he came in December. That was a unprotected deal, and we believe that is Buffon. And I think he's got a fucking quality goalkeeper there. Really has. So, before I go to my signings, the reason I'm talking about Matt with that winger is Matt has also got, you may recall, Paul Evans. And now that is Ryan Giggs, who is actually only in AML. I'm pretty sure he's only in AML. And Matt trained him to be central. So I would imagine he's doing something similar. Now, to be honest with you, right, Ryan Giggs or the Regen, they tend to be pretty good on the left wing naturally, so I don't think he's had that great of a season, but Matt hasn't really played him on a regular basis, as you can see. 14 starts, 14 subs. That's what I think he's playing him on the right wing. I could be wrong on that though, who am I? So quick glance at Prito. I think Prito's done really, really well. Let's have another look at who's done well for him this season. We spoke about him. Beedin only had a hatful of games. You see, he's had a few players that have only had a hatful of games and they've done really, really well. You may recall him, the New Zealand. Okay, so that's Matt. Let's talk about me now then. Last season, we brought in Oscar Sanchez. You may recall I mentioned about Oscar Sanchez. I didn't like his injury prone, but I did like the fact that he had been involved in 63 games before I decided to buy him. And to be fair, forget the fact that I've not won the title in these 2 years. The only thing I've won in the last 2 years now then is the Champions League once, which was in this year. I'll show you that in a moment. So, yeah, not bad. Arthur Andrada looks better than what he's really performing. He hasn't really had a fair crack, to be fair. Last season, he had a few more games. This season, I've barely given him a sniff. Ashley Nguanana, he's an epic fail. Absolute epic fail for me, both seasons. Roman Berbatov hasn't. I mean, I think I gave him his first game on the last game of this season, and he got me a 6. Wasn't too great. I mean, he's not going to set the world alight, is he? Gustavo Ayala took a big chunk of last season out injured, which was a bit of a shame. But yeah, he's been quite steady, quite good assist rate. I think it's fair to say. 15 assists, pretty decent return. Well, 758 is nothing worth screaming about. Jesus Castro, any ideas who you think that is? Took a punt with this guy. I worked out who he's a regen of, and I think me and Matt, we have such a tendency to look at a player, we think, well, we know who he's a regen of, and we buy him for that reason. And whilst that's the case with a lot of players, sometimes it just doesn't work. That is Jesus Arellano. For those of you that know the ODB, Arellano is the right winger, plays anywhere on the right side. I'm a big fan of Arellano on the ODB, hence why I took the punt. So he's getting better, to be fair. He is transfer listed by request because he got into a mood. Fuck him. Matteo Frigerio paid a lot of money, as you can see there, £30 million. Did okay last season, bit part of this season. More about the reasoning for that in a moment. Let's go to this season's transfers. And Nicola Beedin, bit parter, looks a fucking monster, but not really set the world alight in the games he's had. Sebastian Willman, little quick story on him. Do you recall about 10 years ago, 10 seasons ago, there was a left back, defender / DML, and he was cloned. There was two players. Now you can see what I'm getting at here. Look at how many games he's played. 75, which is absolutely fucking bullshit. And I'll explain what it is. This guy here, Sebastian Willman, and there's another one. This guy here, Daniel Cruz. They're the same player. For some reason, I think there's one slight difference in attribute. So the history is all fucked up. The history of these players is all fucked up. And I didn't realise that. So I'm fucking him off, to be honest with you, because that's not a true reflection on him. He's actually going this season. Marcos Silveira. Now, this was interesting, really, because I actually got him in August of the previous season, but it was a Bosman, and I had to wait almost a whole year before he arrived. And then when he arrived, his contract started from when I offered it, so I lost out virtually on a whole year of his contract, so I gave him a new deal. Hasn't really had a fair crack, but he does look good, there's no doubt about that. Daniel Terrano, he's come in at times, and he's not done a bad job. Christoph Hayden, he was a very, very cheap player, 2.5, and he's not really been involved too much. David Fischer, versatile fullback. I picked him up because I felt he could do a good job given his credentials over at Northampton and Southampton. Yeah, he's alright. And finally, the last one that arrived, which was a Bosman, when his contract ended in Brazil. I didn't actually work out who this guy was, but that is, of course, Ronaldo 9. Looks a fucking monster, don't he? So in terms of my best player this season, by far, is the Nigerian guy, Tomoto. He's a fucking machine. I spoke to you about DMC. Now, we believe that this is the core regen. Now, I don't often play players of this age, but, I mean, look how good he's done for me this season. And I think he had a good run last season as well. I spent all that money on a DMC. He has got one more year left on his contract. He is going to be unprotected at the end of July, it looks like. So, end of July, you know, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to fuck him off. If I stay, that is. More about that in a moment. And one player I will point out who is looking better and better, Ibrahimovic is in a bad mood, is this guy here. He looks a fucking... I don't know if that's Savio. I don't think it is Saviola, actually. And also, what I believe is Batistuta regen. He's not really been playing, but he's getting better. He's getting better. Okay, so Champions League. We lost it this season. We're so fucking annoyed at losing the Champions League to Toulouse. I mean, of all teams with a name like that, Toulouse. Fucking cunts. But last season we were triumphant in beating Inter Milan 3-2. We did it the hard way though. And this season we were in the World Club Cup and we lost to Roma in the final. Of course we fucking did. Of course we lost to Roma. We lost to Roma. The League Cup, just to remind you, Matt won. No, I won. Sorry, I apologise. I won the League Cup. Forgot about that. On penalties. He won it last season on penalties against me. I won the Super Cup against Man United. And there was that other one, the Intercontinental. So, that is that. So, where do we go from here? Season 50 is right around the corner. We've said a few things about, you know, a new chapter. What do we want? I really don't know. I think it was just, you know, I was in a really fucking bad mood. I was in such a bad mood. And as I said on the other update, I think once one of us goes, the other will go. I think whilst we're staying, it's. I mean, let's have a quick look at what jobs are available. What's that? Oh, right, okay. Pisa, Salamanca, Everton. Yeah. They're no good. Lazio, very insecure. That's an interesting one. That's a very interesting one. Lazio, very insecure. Okay. What I will do really quickly, let me just look at Roma. Let's have a look at their manager, see if he might be retiring. No, he ain't retiring anytime soon, is he? Inter, Grasso, 57. He ain't retiring anytime soon, is he? Juventus, they're only okay. He could retire. Milan, who are not going to be in the Champions League, it would appear. No, he ain't retiring, so they're not going away anytime soon, are they? I think, you know, we spoke about going to Italy. That ain't going to happen, is it? Let me just check now then. We've got some future transfers. Now, I've made a couple of deals. In the assumption that I stay at Dortmund, Martinson, he was always going to go. He was going to be unprotected, and he was always going to go. So I got rid of him in an exchange deal. More about that in a moment. But because I'm selling Wilman, that's why the exchange deal. We are getting this guy, Robert Vavok, is it? Quite like the look of him. And Jan de Riddler is coming as that exchange from Man United. Now, de Riddler is actually a Wilfred Boomer. Yes, he's 32. My philosophy is I need to get 2 years out of him. Now, this is a shit thing, right? Because when I get Jan de Riddler, the contract will start not from the 1st of July. It will start from when I actually offered it, which was whenever I made that deal, which is fucking bullshit. It's absolutely... I'll still get 2 years out of him because it will be after January 15th before it's over. It'll get unprotected. That's the thing, you see. And we're getting rid of Stenberg. He's going. Let's have a quick gander at Matt if he's got any players coming in. I cannot remember for the life of me. Let's have a look. Right. So he's got... Right. Mikhail Duisberg. Now, I really like him. And if that other Dutch guy isn't Van Nistelrooy, then surely he is. One of them is probably Patrick Kluivert. Again, his credentials are fucking phenomenal. And Hercules, of course, playable league. You know, Hercules? Heracles, I mean. I think he's fucking brilliant. We know. Oh, so Mackey's going. Oh, that's quite interesting, isn't it? I didn't spot that he was getting rid of him. It's quite interesting. Jurgen Rost is going. Yeah, no good. Danny Allen's arriving from Leeds. I think he might pull out that deal. I think he will, to be honest with you, but we'll see. Johan Cox, that is his Rob N regen, and he's selling. So, part 50. There you go. Part 50 as we approach season 50. It's fucking crazy, isn't it? Absolute crazy. And if you're just tuning in to this epic of a fucking saved story, franchise, whatever you want to call it, and you've come in at part 50, and you've enjoyed this, go back to part 1, watch them all, they're fucking crazy. You know, we have really been round the block. I was thinking of doing a video on our managerial sort of thing, where we've been, what we've been up to, that sort of stuff. I haven't really decided thoroughly yet. So that's it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have, hit the like, smash the like button. Nah, I'm not going to get into that habit of using the word smash the like and smash the subscribe. I don't do that shit. No, if you enjoyed the video, if you want to ask anything, chuck it in the comments down there, guys. Till next time from me, take it easy.